Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today, I want to talk about the situation that just happened to crypto. A lot of stuff went down. Most cryptos actually went down today, except for one specific crypto that kind of decoupled itself today. Really interesting story about XRP is coming up as well. And guys, if you enjoy the Daily Crypto News, make sure guys that you press that like button. It helps these videos perform a little bit better in the YouTube algorithm. And also, I provide the exact same type of news every single day. So if you enjoy one of them, you might want to subscribe for more of them. Alright guys, but today we're going to talk about XRP, generally the crypto news, and hopefully at the end some other little alternative crypto news updates, because today has been a very interesting day, as I said, and I want to start out with talking about why the crypto market went down. In my own belief, the entire reason the crypto market went down right now is because of the stock market. If you guys are following me over on Instagram, which I honestly recommend you all to do, you've most likely gotten yourself a little bit of an update today as well. I'm going to grab it here over on the side, but generally speaking, we were fearful of December regarding the Federal Reserve. Honestly, today there wasn't really any big announcement regarding the Fed. It was mostly, as we will see here, the oil industry and some announcements in that little regard, and gas and whatnot. A lot of freaking questions about that, which most of them relate back to inflation. And so we also saw the entire stock market come down a little bit. Here on the right, you can see again how we are doing throughout the day. If you check on a monthly view or a daily view, you'll notice, hey, stock market performed really freaking bad. And I've told you guys before, whenever you see or notice, hey, there's a really negative influx into the stock market, there's going to be a little downfall on that, make sure to either short crypto or to sell some to buy back cheaper, because 95 out of 100 times in phases of panic, so to speak, the exact same thing happens. We've confirmed this throughout the last couple of weeks, and I'm telling you guys, when you research as much crypto as I do, you start to notice a couple of different patterns, and one of them being, if the stock market moves down by more than 1%, there's a 85 or more % chance that Bitcoin is going to flow down in the exact same fashion. And that brings us to one of my predictions from yesterday, and definitely one of the most interesting points of today, which is XRP's performance. And guys, I'm actually seeing here a little announcement from the SEC. Elliot Roisman has announced he's leaving the SEC at the end of January. I have it open here on the side, but I want to talk about that in a different video. But I'm seeing a couple of people are talking about it right now on the interwebs, but I wanted to skip out on it for a couple more hours. Just to quickly let you guys know about what it was, it's right here. I just saw it about 46 minutes ago. You can see an SEC commissioner is leaving. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Don't worry about it, guys. So the reason I'm bringing up XRP here specifically is because if you were checking my Twitter, which I recommend you guys all to follow, you would have noticed, hey, XRP is an odd one out. And I've been shouting out a couple of times that XRP might be the first crypto to decouple. Well, I'm not really joking about that. XRP literally has some of the craziest performances in times like this, where generally there's fears of inflation or the stock market is moving down. XRP gets some positive influxes. And some people relate and say, hey, it's because of the SEC and SEC announcements. Because whenever something positive for the lawsuit happens, whenever they are like closing in on something, people get more excited about XRP because they might win the lawsuit and there's a crazy multiplier about it. That's why it's decoupling. Some others say no, is the fact that in an inflation regards, XRP is the real form of moving money around. In theory, inflation doesn't matter because the XRP crypto is going to work in the ecosystem regardless. There's no real reason for the price to go down in that sense when there's fears in the traditional stock market and whatnot. There's so many different reasons as to what people call out. But the most fun part, and that's, I guess, where I want to come in right now, is to say we predicted this. Don't want to sound too crazy. Don't want to sound cocky, except for saying, I did tell you guys this was going to happen. I must again admit, though, that I didn't expect it to happen this soon nor this severe. But if you watch my videos back, specifically the video I made yesterday, you would notice to tell you, hey, we have broken out on XRP to BTC. It's not a confirmed candle the way I would like it, but there's no room to go downwards. I've been telling you guys this for a couple of days. I've been shouting this out before we even had this candle. I already told you guys on the XRP to BTC pair, there's no room to go down. I told you all, we are going to break out. The only question is, will we get it confirmed? The only thing is, you might say, you know what, Dusty, your line should have been a little bit more towards the downside. This is a breakout candle. This is the confirmation. There's definitely something to be said about that. But as far as I knew it, we broke out, And the moment we passed a couple of our previous high levels, I knew this was going to last, but I actually already had that little, I guess, certainty when we passed this 1723 mark. Once we passed that, as I said to you guys, I just kind of knew we were going to keep blasting on. In the last couple of days here, we've been blasting. Specifically this day here, we have blasted out. That has been crazy. You can actually see that over on our Bybit trade as well. You can see here. I told you guys one of the most important resistances we face right now is this area right here. The moment we break out, I'm opening a long position. What did I tell you guys exactly? I think I told you all, the moment we break this level with confirmation, I am buying. And the only problem is that buy would have most likely happened right around here at about 85 or 86 cents. So the maximum amount of money you could have gotten yourself is about a 6-7% return today, which is about 60 to 70%, in terms of gains. But we did predict this, right? Of course, I wasn't completely right, because I did tell you guys as well, I'm thinking it's going to go to about 93 cents. We were about 1.5 cents short. But it's pretty funny that it happens the exact day I told you guys that we have bounced off of this level. And this is what I said. I said, guys, we bounced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish, 8, 9, 10 times off of this little level here at about 84 cents. Let's say 83 cents. It can't happen another time, right? And so I told you guys, like literally yesterday, I believe, I'm just going to wing it the moment we break out with confirmation. And unfortunately, as I said just now, our confirmation was a really big one all of a sudden. But we definitely should have bought this and gotten ourselves a couple of gains throughout the journey. And the only question is, did you sell a little bit before this level or not? If not, a little bit unfortunate. Then again, right now we're back to playing ping pong, right? Coming right back into our little supply zone from before right now demand zone. Touching a little support here at about 82 cents before coming right back in and hovering around. Right now we're going to be playing ping pong for a little bit again, as you can clearly see we are already doing. Then again, guys, if you're watching this right now, put in the comment section down below, are you holding XRP? Yes or no? It's just for fun. Let me know in the comment section. I think a lot of the people watching are holding XRP, but sometimes I wonder, what's the percentage looking like? Let me know in the comment section down below. And also, do you already have an account over on Bybit? If not, make sure you check out the link down below. Right now, there's a crazy jingle brawl going on. That's one thing. But a second thing, a third thing, or whatnot is all that you can make money by getting yourself a couple of free bonuses over on Bybit. Some of the ones that I keep sharing here over on the channel. There's a deposit bonus bash, which basically means that if you deposit, you might be able to get yourself a couple $1,000s for absolutely free to trade with. Here's what it looks. Oh, let me actually open it up a little bit differently. Here is what it looks like right now. This basically means you can get yourself up to, with my link, 5% extra, $3,500 worth of just a deposit bonus. And this you could trade with times 50. Meaning you could trade with, let's say, about 140, 160, whatever, $1,000 for absolutely free. Yeah, that is crazy, because that can make you hundreds of thousands of dollars if you're good with that. It is crazy, I'm telling you. So it's always worth it to check those things out. And Bybit is the exchange you use for trading right now anyway. In regards to Ethereum, I wanted to quickly see how a couple of our trading guys are holding up here. Here's Fury Trading. We actually said, hey, we're going to watch all these guys and see how they predicted and see how things come along. Right now, we're actually going towards the downside here. We opened the week pretty negatively, but we're going to see how this week is, of course, going to end, because to follow his pattern here, to follow the triangle along, so to speak, we have to, of course, come and close above $3,830 on Ethereum. There was also another one that I had open, but I think I lost it throughout the journey. I guess XRP to BTC is just the most interesting thing for right now, the way that is going. And the way that I told you guys, let's buy like crazy within this little area. And right now, we've just broken out like that. Let's see where my last buy was. I think on XRP to BTC, our last buy was right there. That is already 23% up in like a week and a half. That is insane. And I'm starting to sometimes see a pattern in these things. Also, guys, to relate back to Bitcoin, I told you all what we need right now, most importantly than anything else, is a reversal. And that basically means we're not going to close below $42,000. We want to stay above this EMA 50 right here and see a green candle on the weekly. And that is most likely going to be this week, at least I hope so. To actually get this week in the red, but not close below the 50 EMA, and the next week green would also not be too bad. But preferably would have a reversal in the likes of what we saw right here. Again, you can clearly see the pattern is not exactly the same, but it does look a little bit alike. I would definitely hope to see it happen in the, or at least some similar fashion like this, because that would still basically make us remain bullish. And honestly, I do expect it to happen in that fashion if we're not going to get hit by another couple of these stock flow negative inflows, basically, or I should say stock market negative inflows, basically, because that's exactly what we have seen right now. That's again what I shared over on my Twitter and Instagram, which I recommend you guys check out. Also, little fun, little joke right here. Let me see where I put it. Oh, by the way, did you guys notice that XP went to the 6th spot in market cap from 8th, and now it's back to 7? Still above ADA for right now, which is also really interesting. I told you guys I'm really bullish on these crypto. A lot of people are not feeling that. Whoa. Hey, we're coming back up. We're actually bouncing back off. Again, from our little supply zone right now. We're coming right back up because, of course, the demand for XRP is too great within this area. And the fact that we already had a little bit of a break, people are looking for this 93 cents, guys. They seek it. They want it. They need it. We had too much support over in this area. It's so crazy that we actually came right back down like that. But it's most likely because it was a little bit overzealous. But it was logical, though. As I told you guys, XRP needs to go up. This price is way too low for XRP. It's not logical. And whenever I tell you guys that type of stuff, we are almost always right. And again, not financial advice because I don't have any benefit in you doing good or doing wrong in that sense. You know what I mean? Like if you follow what I'm saying here, it's just my thought process. You know, it can be wrong, it can be right. We'll see. But I'm just telling you guys the way I view it. All right, but let's talk a little bit more about some generic crypto news here. I noticed I've been talking about the exact same little sector for like 8 minutes almost. Let's talk about some crypto news. Short squeeze into year end. JP Morgan says market and retail investors showing resilience. Funny, huh? How that's flowing along. Mostly, if you ask me, due to the fact that people right now are uncertain for the next couple of weeks to come. Right now, we're getting really close to Christmas while we have increasingly high inflation, increasingly high CV19 numbers in a couple of different countries, and increasingly high measures being taken. Obviously, with now different measurements being taken over in Russia regarding to gas and a couple of different statements like that we've heard of last week or so. Things are getting kind of scary. Things are getting really kind of scary. And so, yeah, people are fearful, people are doubtful, people don't know what to get and do. Then in regards to Shiba Inu, I'm going to try, by the way, put some timestamps in. Make sure you press the like button if you enjoy that stuff because I always have to try really hard to get those proper. Shiba burn rate to double in the next 60 days. So they basically burn a lot of SHIB every single time. But a big account dedicated to SHIB has announced it expects to double its SHIB burning rate over the next 2 months or so. They're going to be getting rid of more SHIB supply, which makes it more and more scarce, which is a really good thing, I think, because, well, if they're trying to go into gaming, but they have such a huge amount of supply that's kind of like hovering out there, it's best to get rid of it piece by piece. It's a really smart measure, and I really think it might be one of the most successful parts. Then, I've shown you guys this like 1,000 times before already. Man accidentally buries $500 billion worth of Bitcoin in a landfill. The only story I want to kind of add to it right there is, guys, make sure you check the link down below if it's still there. I hope so. For a Ledger Nano S, a Ledger Nano whatever. It's the hardware wallet I use. I honestly recommend you guys to just pick one of those up. And to honestly speaking, right, spread your crypto around. Which basically means don't just send all your money to different people around the world. That's not what I meant. I meant... That would be funny. Spread your crypto. Just send it to people around the world, you know? No. I mean, buy a couple of different ones. And you can either do it where you have a little bit of money on some exchanges, like as a backup measure, which I also have. And the main money in these hardware wallets. But I honestly would say, hey, buy at least 2 hardware wallets. Split your money around. Because what if something happens to that little thing? What if something happens to your codes and something eventually does happen? At least you have half your money still. You might say, well, you have double the chance to lose it. It's true. But at least you can never lose everything at once unless you're storing in the exact same place, whereas then it's kind of stupid to do that. But the point being, always be careful with your money. Make sure you have it in some right spots and make sure you guard it really well. Because even though right now it might only be worth $100, maybe eventually it's going to be worth $10,000, right? Or from a different perspective, maybe it was worth $10,000 right now and you make $400,000 a year so you don't care. Well, eventually it might become worth $10 million. You'll care at that point. All right, Reserve Bank of India requests board to impose a total ban on crypto. I must admit, I'm not fully aware of the India situation. I just know that every single time I read articles about India and crypto, I'm more confused getting out of it than going in because their titles are so severe, but also their measures look so severe. It's so ununderstandable to me, basically, what exactly they're trying to go for and what is the truth and what is not. Maybe that's also the difference between getting all my news, of course, in the western part of Europe or sometimes in the Middle East, you guys know. And then getting Indian news might not always be the most credible because I'm not looking at it from India. Then again, even if I look up the Indian sources, it usually gets kind of confusing for me. What exactly is old? What exactly is new? What their new measurement was and is and whatnot. It just gets difficult. Here it says they had a new central board meeting or bank board meeting on Friday, December 17th. And right now they're looking at a blanket ban for crypto. But then before they said, of course, you're not going to ban crypto. And then before they said, yeah, we're trying to look into it. I'm confused. That's all I'm trying to say about this one. We'll have to wait a little bit for me to get full understanding of the situation, as I've been reading such a huge amount of contradictory information and news. Avalanche, which is one of my favorite cryptos, as you guys probably know by now, eyes 60% rally as AVAX price breaks out of full bull flag. We actually had this come out a little bit earlier today, and right now things are, I think, already back down a little bit for AVAX. It's not doing as amazing as it used to do. Then again, as I have told you guys before, AVAX and Luna, these are two of my top cryptos out there, and I honestly believe within a really short amount of time, they're going to be at $60 billion market cap. And since I said that, guys, these cryptos are both up more than 50% already in a really short amount of time. Then again, pretty shortly here, I'll be doing another top altcoin list because, as I've said before, I'm extremely bullish on crypto, and I don't think any small little measurement from the government or little landslide even, which could be considered big in crypto, can actually take it down for a longer term. It's all temporary. It's all short term. This all really ain't meaning that much if you ask me. So honestly speaking, guys, I'm just buying the altcoins which I think will do best over the medium to short term even. Then again, I'm also, of course, splitting it up into a long-term portfolio where I also buy a lot of juicy gems before they've even launched. Right now, that's the most profitable in crypto, the most profitable thing in crypto, as I've said before. And then we have Bradford City. Takeover bid by U.S. crypto investors is rejected. Yeah, I wanted to kind of be excited about this and talk about it, but it didn't pull through. A proposed takeover of Bradford City by a group of U.S. crypto investors has been rejected. Wagme United made an offer to buy League 2 Club on Thursday. They aim to rely on NFTs as a model of ownership. A great deal has been aired publicly since the offer was made, but it basically didn't go through, so we don't need to cover on it too much. But now let me quickly continue on what I just said, in the sense that right now, I am sharing with you on my channel, almost, I'm going to say like twice a week at least, opportunities for massive gains in crypto. Honestly, I'm telling you, what I'm showing you guys here is the easiest and best way to make money in crypto right now. I'm not talking about thousands of dollars. I'm talking about tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars, or millions, if not tens of millions of dollars that a lot of my viewers will make with these processes. If you're wondering how, all you have to do is make sure you are subscribed to the channel and watch every single time I talk about some gems, because I'm not sharing them for me. If I were to share them for me, guys, I'd probably just keep it to myself, because at the end of the day, the more people that join, the less I get. But one little good crypto to pick as an example here, if people don't want to believe me, which, you do you, is this crypto right here. I've been screaming everywhere. Go get yourself some IZI. If you didn't hear me talk about IZI, there must be something wrong, because I've shouted this crypto out at least 25 times on my channel. Because all you had to do is make sure you get yourself an account over on Bybit. Get yourself some BIT, and then you can buy IZI relatively. This coin, I'm not even sure what the gains are anymore. But if you didn't get your money times 6, there was something wrong. Because the starting price was ridiculously cheap. Not even sure what this is supposed to be. It's basically $2.50 to buy. I'm going to say maybe it was like 2 cents the starting price, something like that. Not exactly sure how much this is supposed to be. Maybe 4 cents or so. I think it closed, it was at least 25 cents or so when I checked, or 26 cents. But the highest price it went to was like 90 cents, and maybe even right now. Let me actually type it in here. You know what, guys? I'm going to look it up here. Bybit.com, because of course we had a big dip today in the crypto market, so maybe it didn't perform that well later on anymore. That could be so. Sometimes that happens. But I told you guys, I'm expecting the price to go times 4 at least. Well, we did get that, so. But that's what I keep sharing with you guys as well. This is basically, we turned $500 into $2,000 within such a short amount of time. I'm seeing it right now. The price is right now down to about 16 cents, starting price about 4, which is, again, exactly as I predicted. Times 4. Right now, you have all your coins. You can sell them all if you want at 4 times the money you started off with today. That's exactly what I keep sharing here over on my channel. Exactly how to make freaking money in crypto. These things are so insane. So just keep following me. I'll keep sharing more of these things at absolutely no cost except for a like. And as I said before, usually there's restrictions with how much you can buy, but sometimes it's also just a more difficult process to get into them. But I share gems on this channel. And we're going to keep doing that for as long as I can find them, but I think we'll be there for the longer term. All right, having said that, thank you guys all so much for watching and stopping by, saying hi. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video later today. Thank you guys all so much.